All right, welcome to our Monday Night Football segment for Week 7, where we're going to take a look at our matchup where we have the San Francisco 49ers going into Minnesota as a 6.5-point favorite. The Vikings coming in as a plus 220 money line. They have some injuries, no Justin Jefferson, but on the side for the 49ers, Ace just said it, no Deebo Samuel. Trent Williams is a question mark, and Christian McCaffrey is a question mark as far as game time decisions go for the Niners. I'm on the Niners in this game. I'm going to keep it very simple. I think they bounce back. They have to. They're looking at this as a must win. Those kind of good teams. You saw the Eagles. They didn't like that loss last week to the Jets. A lot of the veteran players felt like they haven't been playing good their past couple of weeks. I think the 49ers are looking to get right this week. I know they have a lot of question marks in the injury side. I'm definitely going with the 49ers, the minus 6.5. You might see me end up doing like a first half or something weird in this one. Also could be the first half under. I think the 49ers defense could stifle this prime time Kirk Cousins. That's never been a good trend for anyone. Might take the first half under in this one as well. But I'm on the Niners. Might be first half, might be full game spread, but I do like this first half under. Ace, I'll hand things off over to you. You've been taking the Niners a lot. I assume that's what you're going with here, so I'll hand things off over to you.
Yeah, like you said, I've had those Niners spread literally every single week. I think we're 4-1-1 now on the Niners spread. I mean, that's not too bad. I think I'm gonna take them here again. 5-1?
Five
No,
one
they,
and
they didn't
one.
cover last week.
5-1-1.
That's 7. This is week 7, isn't
This
it?
is week 7. They were 4-1-1.
Yeah.
Yikes, my bad.
Yeah, no, all good. Math tough numbers. But
Yeah,
we'll go.
yeah.
I like the Niners here, like Huff said. Great teams. I mean, best team in the league in my opinion. They're well rounded and they have the depth for the reason. Kyle Shanahan has good depth at every position. Even if McCaffrey's limited, I think he's definitely suiting up in this one. He practiced yesterday, but I think he's definitely going to be active today tomorrow. And I think that Elijah Mitchell will have a good day as well. National Tight End Day is Sunday, so I think Kittle carries over the success. He might find the end zone without Debo. Look for him to have a big game through the year. I as well. That guy's been on fire all season long. I like the Niners to cover the spread here. I like maybe get a nice McCaffrey TD line for once. We haven't seen that in a while. And then Kittle as well. I think the Vikings are going to have a very hard time moving the ball. I like a team total under there. I don't see how they put points on the board this week. I know they're at home, so backdoor cover. I've heard some say that, but I'm saying 31-13 Niners. Brock Purdy has a good game, bounce back week for the Niners here in the prime time.
Yeah, I don't really have a play on this one. I kind of lean Minnesota plus the 6.5 at home. I'd buy the hook to a 7, but the question marks on the Niners side of the ball, is going to be really tough. Christian McCaffrey choosing a terrible week to be a game time decision for fantasy owners. I don't know what I'm going to do there, but he's a huge difference maker. I mean, if he's playing, I think San Francisco covers easy. But I mean, if he's not playing, we saw Brock Purdy struggles last week with him out of the game, with Trent Williams out of the game, with Debo out of the game. He looked a little lost out there. He didn't
He
have the
looked like
sight.
an average quarterback without all
But
those superstars around
that's a
him.
top end defense. Mackey's sung the tune of that Browns defense
Correct.
all season long. The Vikings aren't as much of a threat, not even half the threat, in my opinion.
Definitely. And you're coming into the game with a different game plan. You're coming into the game not expecting them. Whereas last game they had a mid-game kind of figure things out, which was
Good
obviously
point.
tough with a young quarterback like that, taking their first loss. But I mean, they should win this game. I just think 6.5, 7 points, a little too much for a road team going in on a prime time slate. So just a sketchy game for me. I just think it's going to land right around there. I think a backdoor cover would kind of I could see that happening this week, but I don't know. Kind of a tough game.
Think
You
this will
can't
be
go
Yeah,
a
I
good
agree.
wrong.
one.
You can't go
I
wrong with the
definitely think
Niners
you'll see
spread,
that.
though.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
really can't.
it's been the automatic one there for the 4-1-1. You definitely can't argue that. Obviously, last week they lose outright, so that's a tough loss. It wasn't even like they didn't cover that 9 by a hook. They just lost it outright. So I mean, that's going to happen. They weren't going to be undefeated. At least I didn't think, but
No,
it
I
wasn't one I saw them
I
slipping
don't
up,
know.
especially against a backup
Mackey
quarterback.
spoke it into existence.
I feel like we
That's the
kind of talked
law.
about it like 2 weeks ago how we could actually see them going undefeated, and then they drop one to a third
It's
string
yeah,
quarterback.
it's the. I mean, you knew that could happen any given Sunday. You knew that was going to happen sooner. It's so hard to go undefeated.
I will say last week's live stream, I said I've never been nervous about a Niners spread. If you guys recall me saying it, but this is the scariest I've been about one all year. Is the Browns? I thought it was a trap game for some reason, and obviously a lot of things unfolded, which made it a lot more reasonable for them to lose the game. But I thought that was just a tough spot with a really tough and feisty defense. I just love this team, even with any backups. You still have Kittle on the field. You still have Ayuk on the field. I think McCaffrey will be out there. Even if he's not, you have Mitchell against this bottom barrel defense. The offense has no Jefferson. They have no good running back. I mean, Hawkinson's their only thing. And then the Niners match up with them. They have the best defense in the NFL. Let's not forget about that. So I just think it's going to be hard. If the Cowboys couldn't put up many points in the prime time, no way the Vikings will either. Give me the Niners here with the points.
Yeah, it's a good point. Definitely a sketchy game. The more I talk about it, the more I like the Niners spread, but I don't know. It's just one of those games.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. This is
Yeah,
definitely a good
if
Monday
you're
night matchup.
taking the spread here, lean on that defense.
I think this is going to be a good matchup. Monday Night Football. This will close out Week 7, and like I said, make sure you're staying tuned for our Week 8 episode coming out on Thursday of next week. So, other than that, thanks for listening. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. It goes a long way for us, so we really appreciate it.